I want to talk to you about money laundering and explain to you what the elements of money laundering are and why it is that criminal organizations feel the need to explain their sources of income and why they have to engage in the act of money laundering. So, real quick, money laundering is the idea that if you have an illegal source of income, that you need to disguise that illegal source of income with a legal source of income. But why do criminals feel the need, and why do they feel like they have to do that? And the reason is this: there is a form, and this form is a very powerful form. It's called Form 8300. And that form, if you go into a car dealership and you put down $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 to buy a car, the car dealership then needs to fill out the Form 8300, and they need to explain where they got the money from and where they think you got the money from. And if you don't have any ability to explain that legitimately, so they fill out the Form 8300, that form goes to the IRS. The IRS then looks at all the forms that have been filed, okay, all those 8300 forms, and they start looking for people who can't explain that income legitimately. So if you don't have any tax returns, if you don't have any 1099s, if you don't have any W-2s, and you have this huge amount of cash that you're putting on the desk, then that's going to tip the IRS off that you are involved in an illegal enterprise. And then you're going to be under investigation. And that's the way that that works. So what do criminals do? One of the things that they do, if they don't want to launder their money, is they do engage in another kind of crime. And this other kind of crime is also very obvious to the IRS. So what they think to themselves is, I know that if I deposit more than $10,000, or if I bring in more than $10,000, that the car dealership or the bank is going to have to fill out this Form 8300. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit less. I'm going to do 9,500. I'll do 5,000. I'll do 8,000. I'll do a lesser amount. That is also a crime. The government has already thought of that. Everything that you can think of to get away with a crime, the government has already made probably illegal. And they call that structuring. Structuring is when you intentionally deposit less than $10,000 so that you can not have to reveal where you got your money from. It's the crime of structuring. So you have money laundering and you have structuring. You have to be very careful of those things, but that's an explanation as to why it is that criminal organizations feel the need to disguise the source of their income.